Would you believe me if I told you that Danielle and Yohan have broken up again? I don't know how many times they have now broken up and got back together, but I feel like at this moment in time, she and Yohan are literally in competition with Liz and Ed. The only difference is that it has not been televised. So let's get into exactly what has gone down this time with herself and with Yohan. So it says here, how's your heart? She says, broken. What happened this time between you and Yohan? I have no idea. How do you have no idea? Breakups don't just happen just like that. Unless of course he hasn't said anything. Has Yohan contacted you yet? Nope. But what happened? I mean, if I have to guess, so now she's guessing why they're broken up, that's not a good sign because that means their communication has never been good. She continues by saying his life is much easier at his parents' house. People cook and clean for him all day. He takes 4-hour naps. There's no accountability. He doesn't love me more than he loves an easy life. Some people are just more comfortable in the streets than they are around ambitious people. It makes me feel inadequate. So it makes them feel inadequate. You would sit here and you would imagine. But here's the thing. From my understanding, people that are go-getters, people that have dreams and ambition in life, generally speaking, never ever mix well with somebody who is the complete opposite. Because what happens is that person ends up carrying that relationships, ends up carrying that person. You see what I'm saying? And that ends up slowing you down in your ambitions in life. That's the grand scheme of it. And that's why when you are an ambitious person, you should only be around people that are also ambitious and be in a relationship with somebody who is also ambitious, because you then motivate each other from each other's energy. Okay, back-to-back energy helps you both stay consistent to the point where motivation isn't even a thing anymore, but you're both consistent in believing in each other and supporting each other. But here's the thing though, Danielle's known this for a long time, but yet to still continue to pursue a relationship with this man. So, which brings the question, whose fault is it? In the next one, will you come back to Florida? No, I am focusing on my health and wealth and I love it here. Fair enough. You got to look out for what's number one, and that is your health and wealth. But going back to Yohan again definitely would not be focusing on her health or wealth. So if she's about to contradict herself again by going back with him again, well, then that means this whole little situation, this little hocus pocus about focusing isn't going to really matter. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay? Because at the end of the day, if she's really true about this focusing on her health and wealth, then she will make sure that she will never get back with this man ever again, because getting back with him again is literally going against herself. So therefore, the hocus pocus focus becomes irrelevant. Void. Are you still going on tours? Yes. And I just spent months building and investing my own money in a business that is providing to be successful. Now, let's just remember her own money. So we know that her relationship with Yohan is a relationship that has always been based on her money. I know before she's tried to make posts here and there about how Yohan finally got a job or how Yohan finally took her on a date and paid for this and that. But let's be real. Who is she kidding? Herself. Herself, because the grand scheme of it, she's still in a position where it's her money that's being used predominantly. I would argue probably about 90%, if not 99% of the time. Then continues by saying, and I have no reasons to give up. He's a good worker, so he will show up and do his job with no problem. We have a tour on Monday. So you're telling me that he's going to show up. I mean, girl, you don't even know why he left you. You don't even know why you're not even together. You had to guess why you're together. So how do you know he's going to stick to his word and actually turn up? But then again, though, he knows he's getting paid, so why would he not turn up? Well, I'm assuming that she's paying him, because if he wasn't, then he's not turning up. You know what I mean? Because the guy only cares about money. Nothing else but money. Two things in this world that man clearly loves, and that is money and his own family. Women and anyone else doesn't seem to be relevant, if you ask me personally, from my observation. And that's something Danielle needs to understand, that this man will never love you the way you want him to love you. It's just that simple. In fact, let me just correct that real quick. A lot of people don't understand this or know this, but love is a choice. This man will never choose to love you. Okay, he will always choose to love money, and he always choose to love his family, but he will never choose to love you. That's why we have the difference between unconditional love and conditional love. Okay, love is a choice, and this man will never choose you in any situation where he will put you first, unless it's benefiting himself. But hey, it's entirely up to you if she wants to hear that information, if you hear what I'm saying. But either way, though, I mean, I hope he turns up for the tour, because obviously, you know, she's put a lot of money into it, and obviously she's gonna, I'd assume she needs him to be there to, you know, withhold his side of the situation, of the tours. Girl, please tell us what happened between you and Yohan. Like, did y'all fight about? What did y'all fight about? I had a doctor's appointment on Wednesday that he was supposed to take me to, but he insisted on going to La Ramonia for some reason that he wouldn't share with me. He never came home. We we can certainly speculate, but I'm not going to waste my energy on that. Let him live how he wants to live. I live in alignment with God, and that's why my life is beautiful. Oh my goodness gracious me. You know what? I do really appreciate the confidence. The confidence to sit there and say that your life is beautiful. Now, here's the thing though. Would we be wrong to say that her life is not beautiful because she continuously keeps getting back with Yohan? I tell you what, let's compromise on that, okay? Let's just say maybe her life is beautiful whenever she's doing something for herself, when she's booking her tours, okay? She's out there being ambitious to do whatever it is that she wants to be ambitious about. But keeping Yohan around would definitely damper that part of her life being beautiful. So we can just sit here and say maybe that her life is beautiful when she's focusing on herself, but beautiful when Yohan is in her life? Oh boy, I beg to differ, but yeah, let me know your thoughts. I prepared for these times my whole life, and I am grateful that I understand that someone's behavior is not my responsibility and has nothing to do with me. I know I did everything I could to make my marriage work, and I know God always got me. Everyone has the life they deserve, and mine gets better every year. Again, I respect the confidence. And to be fair, they do say in life, to get by, sometimes you got to be delusional to be able to get to your goals, or delusional to get to wherever you want to get to. So, I mean, listen, if she truly believes that her life gets better every year, then I really hope that it does get better every year. You know what I mean? Definitely would never wish anything negative in anyone's life. It's important that everybody lives their life to their best capabilities. So, you know what? You do you. But hey, folks, let me know your thoughts on it. Let me know your thoughts on it. Now, I did see this little thread last night, to be fair, and I think this is where it ended, but let me just see if there's anything else that was also added or anything else that I missed. Okay, there was something else at the same time. Have you looked at your birth chart to better understand your life and choices? I just did. And she says, literally my job. You know, when somebody says this is literally my job, but then you look at the choices that they have made within their relationship, and you sit there and you say to yourself, well, it may be a job for other people, but it's clearly not a job that you've been taking seriously for yourself. Now, obviously, I believe here, yeah, these are the things here that I didn't see, to be fair. But let's have a listen. Maybe she said something interesting here, okay, folks. Those screenshots were the things that I saw before bedtime. But let me see what's going on here. She may say something that's gonna add to this, but if she doesn't, then I guess I've wasted your time as well as she's wasted mine.
Really quickly, I'm gonna ask for a favor. If you have sent me a message offering me advice, I would like you to go in and just unsend it. If you have sent me a message offering a way to benefit from my suffering, I would like you to go in and unsend it. Please. I have this under control. The only reason that I'm sharing this with anyone at this moment is because I go live on 2 platforms every single day. And every single day, most of the people who are there with me all the time know that Yohan is always there. And if he's not there, I have to answer why he's not there. And it's quite exhausting. So it's much easier to just put this out there so that maybe there's a chance that everybody will just leave me alone. But if you do this in your real life, like not with internet personalities, I would invite you to not do that. There are 2 things you can say. Is there any way I can support you, or what do you need?
Well, 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 well. Well, 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 well. Maybe I should just drop this video in the DMs and then unsend it. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, Danielle will always be Danielle, and Danielle will only want to hear what she wants to hear, and that's just the bottom line. But to be fair, she's got a fair point. Obviously, she goes live daily, and people are going to answer the same questions that she's probably getting in the DM, so why not address it there so everyone who tunes in can hear for themselves. So I get the angle. I get the angle. But let's see what she's saying here. One of the biggest breakthroughs we can have in life is realizing that how someone treats us is not a reflection of our wealth. It's a reflection of their capacity. Oh yeah, 100%. I could have told you that for free. Don't tell me she's only just learning that now. Come on now. You should have known this already, girl. Especially within your line of work. But seems to me as if she went out for a couple of drinks, because at the bottom it says, make sure, see right here at the bottom of my mouse, it says, make sure I get home safe. I wonder if she's out drinking her sorrows. Who knows? Who knows? Nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts, my lovely, lovely peoples. Okay, on the matter itself in particular, do you think that Danielle and Yohan will get back together again and we'll be hearing about how lovely their life is together again? Or do you think this is the end of the road for them? Or do you think that they're trying to set up an angle for them to come back for a season? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if we did see them back for another season and it's based on whatever gibberish, you know what I mean? But either way, though, let the drama commence. You know, it is quite sad, though, isn't it, to live a life like that, to just consistently keep going back to the same man, that you know is no good for you, you know. But here's the thing, though. I will say this, though. If we go back to this statement here, one of the biggest breakthroughs we can have in life is realizing that how someone treats us is not a reflection of our wealth. Well, and it's a reflection of their capacity. Well, but at the same time, though, allowing someone in your life that doesn't treat you nicely is also a reflection of your own capacity. It's also a reflection of your own wealth. Because if you're allowing someone that doesn't treat you right to be in your life consistently in a negative way, in a non-beneficial way, in a non-pleasant way, guess what? Your capacity is also being tested as well. Your self-worth is also on the line as well, because anybody that has good self-worth would not tolerate to be around somebody who is not good for them. Only those people who lack self-worth or have low self-esteem or whatever it could be, or have that type of capacity, are the ones that would tolerate someone who comes in and brings no good to their life. Food for thought. So that's something that she should really think about there, stuff in particular. Okay, sometimes it's good to have all these fancy little phrases, but there's always the other side of these phrases. And the other side is that the person with the worth would not tolerate somebody who doesn't value their worth. And she's tolerating somebody who doesn't value her worth. Or it could be the other way around. Maybe he's tolerating somebody who doesn't value his worth. Because we only ever really get her side of the story. Maybe Yohan has a whole different one. Nonetheless, though, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.